Good morning, ladies and gents. Welcome to another video. Today, let's take a look at the state of cryptocurrency market and let's go over some quick news. So, as you can see, we have just under 20,000 cryptocurrencies registered on CoinMarketCap. The current combined market cap for the cryptocurrency space, it's just over $1.247 trillion, 24 hours volume, 63 billion. Not too bad, but quite low. BTC dominance 46.5, and it's actually growing, as you can see, day on day. ETH dominance 17.6, and the tax gas fees are quite low at 37 gwei. All right, so let's take a look at some top 10 coins. So Bitcoin is currently at 30,400. So that's slightly better. As you can see, we are quite having those rallies up and down. We're still bounded within that same range for the last 6 weeks. And every time that we go up by $1,000, everything is being sold off straight away. And every time that we go down, it's being bought by. So we will see how long it's going to stay in this range, whether we're going to go up and down. Only time will tell. The Bitcoin for 24 hours, it's just down 0.34%. It's up 1.57 on the 7 daily time frame. And when you look at Ethereum, Ethereum's actually on the daily time frame is doing slightly better than Bitcoin, but on the weekly, it's actually not. It's bleeding against Bitcoin. BNB on the daily time frame, it's not too bad. It's almost flat, slightly down. But weekly it's minus 4.10%, and that's basically because of all of the drama and SEC, trying to sue potentially BNB and stuff like that. So there's loads of kind of negative press or uncertainty over the BNB. Let's take a look at the Cardano. Cardano is the big winner. As you know, we are having this hard fork later this month, and we are seeing this small Cardano rally. So let's take a look at the 7-day time frame. As you can see, nice, we went from basically 54 to the highs of 65, 67. When you look at monthly, it's actually not too bad. That was basically middle of May when we hit this lowest point of 40 cents. Then we recovered deep down, then we had this spike, but overall Cardano's looking probably the most bullish from all of the coins, at least in the short term period. What's going to happen in the long term, no one really knows, but to be honest, in my opinion, we probably have a lot more to bleed. So let's go over some latest news now. So first news of the day is about PayPal. I think that's a big one, obviously. When you look at the PayPal and the company, what they're doing, just let's go over some stats of PayPal. So, you see the revenue, it's basically growing year on year, pretty much, from 3.5 billion in 2010 to 25 billion in 2021. Same goes with profits. So you can see that it's a nice trend line. Transactions, absolutely, they process so many transactions, payment volume, all of that kind of stuff. But what's really interesting here, it's basically PayPal users numbers, okay? Because as we know, PayPal is offering for quite some time, it's offering a couple of few crypto products like Bitcoin and Ethereum. However, with maybe their latest move or their forthcoming strategy for the future, all of those people, like 426 million people at this stage. So probably when you look at that, this is really growing like by what, 20% every year. So in a couple of years time, they might have, 1 billion of active users. And it would be absolutely amazing to have those users joining the crypto community. So here's the latest news. So There was plenty of excitement over PayPal's PAL to allow crypto to be transferred to other wallets and exchanges. So this is basically a big news, because for quite some time you could buy crypto with PayPal and few products, okay, but you could never transfer them to other exchanges or your other wallets. So this is obviously part of decentralization. It's a big deal for some people. With PayPal now establishing a bridge to other wallets, exchanges, and applications, the question is whether this is a company determined to take on established platforms in space. So basically platforms like MetaMask and Coinbase, Crypto.com and all of those other exchanges. So we will see, but definitely, each company is looking to grow their profit and, customer base and stuff like that, offering, product range year on year. So I wouldn't be absolutely surprised if that would be the strategy of PayPal's. It's not that easy to do that, because, you need to, get new hardware, software, upgrade maybe infrastructure and stuff like that. It's going to be fascinating to see how PayPal's offerings evolve. This is a company that has an upper hand, absolutely, with over 400 million customers at the moment and growing each time, not least because it has hundreds of millions of users, strong connections to a fiat ecosystem. And this actually makes it really, really easy for them to implement that, and usable interface that some exchanges struggle too much. And absolutely, if you think about some exchanges or even some wallets like MetaMask, if you try to use it for the first time, it can be quite daunting and confusing. So, people have been using PayPal for many, many years. So I think that's a big move for them. And absolutely, I fully agree with this article here. PayPal is ramping up the crypto offering. It will now allow users to move digital assets to other wallets and exchanges. The payment giant confirmed the news in statement, giving customers greater flexibility when sending cryptocurrencies to friends and family. Although PayPal has allowed users in UK and US to buy and sell cryptos for some time, its offerings been very limited to Bitcoin, Ether, Litecoin, and Bitcoin Cash. I think that's absolutely bullish for PayPal and bullish for crypto space. Another piece of news is covering Telegram and scams that are going on Telegram's killings and shady influencers. An anonymous Twitter user says they are planning to release a trove of incriminating data about crypto influencers, including evidence of serious crimes, because they are dying. And again, is this just a fad? If this is true, if this is for real, do they have some real information? However, if you have spent probably more than 5 minutes on Telegram, you've been absolutely contacted by some scammers. There are so many scams groups and people trying to scam other people. It's absolutely crazy. An anonymous Twitter user has announced they are planning to release 137 gig of Telegram chats that will likely tear a rift in the entire crypto community. They claim the platform suffered an exploit in October 2019 that allowed them to collect messages that were sent by a number of targeted individuals, crypto influencers among them. According to Adying Nobody, they were collecting incriminating data until May of this year, including evidence of scams, rug pulls being plotted. Artists pretending to be developers, developers pretending to be artists, those pretending to be rich, those pretending to be poor, pretending to be somebody you're not. All of that was exposed to me. And they went on to claim that many of the individuals and projects who feature in the data will not survive this, either due to public backlash, financial fraud, or other obscure reasons such as embarrassment, adding, there will be confusion, there will be sadness, there will be anger, and there will be frustration. So again, is this all real? What information, what proof do they have? Or is this someone just trying to spread fat? If this would be real and something like that would be absolutely big and huge, and they would have proof that all of this has happened, this could be actually potentially a something that could bring crypto down in a short term due to FAT. I don't know. Apparently, this information will be released in a couple of weeks' time. Only time will tell. What are your thoughts on this? What do you think is going to happen? You know, have you been ever scammed on Twitter or any other platform? I have to say I was scammed for a couple €100 in my very beginning on one of the Telegram groups. So if you have any experience like that, please share it in the comments below. If you like the content, you know, please subscribe, please like. Okay, the next news is basically about the blockchain games, play-to-earn games. They actually keep the strongest amid crypto market downturn. This is really interesting, as basically this data suggests, you know, the crypto games and, you know, play-to-earn games activity is still being up 197% year on year, despite the whole market being down like 60 to 90%. That is absolutely amazing, because if you think about that, and if you think about the whole play-to-earn model, I think it's absolutely genius. You know, like this is the very, very early stage of it, but in the future, when we're gonna have big companies like Microsoft, like Sony, you know, Nintendo, you know, joining basically a play-to-earn and, you know, and blockchain games, it's gonna be absolutely massive. You know, it's a huge industry, and if you can play games and earn money doing that, why would you still want to play normal games? You know, so this is really, really interesting. There's so many amazing projects. Obviously, you know, the success of Axie Infinity was absolutely great, but when you look at that, comparing to, you know, in terms of graphics or the gameplay, in terms of the new games being developed, you know, it is absolutely coming. You know, which games will be the future and will take, you know, the top spot from Axie Infinity. I don't know, maybe one day we're gonna do a video on that, but I feel absolutely strong about the whole NFTs and, you know, play-to-earn games. This is absolutely the future. And the last just bit of news, USA real estate firm puts New York building for sale as an NFT. I think that's really, really cool, because the crypto adoption is basically happening. You know, like in next couple of years' time, there won't be one person in the whole world that don't know something about crypto. You know, everyone will have to join crypto or implement crypto in some way, you know, all of the companies. So, and this is another just small news, but like super bullish for the future of crypto. I think we're gonna end up the video here. Thank you for listening. Thank you for subscribing.